Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike in this vlog, and we're gonna drink this. I don't know if this is a good idea. It's been sitting in my dooryard for a good solid week now. I had a bale of straw in there to bring to the neighbor, but then it rained. I guess I can't tell you to do things and not do it myself, though, can I? You guys see this? Look at that. She's nice and brown and I don't think we need too much, do we guys? You guys see that? Now I gotta go wash my hands. Yummy. So, tonight's episode, I'm gonna be your water boy. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you've seen the intro or not, but this came out of a wheelbarrow. Yummy. Can't tell you to do it if I'm not going to do it, though. That's my philosophy on this whole thing. We'll get back to this. Let's start with today's episode. We're talking about water, guys. Everybody's least favorite thing to talk about, and one of the most important things to actually have. We're going to go over some techniques and some tools, and then we're going to throw in the surplus. We can't leave the surplus in, guys. Let's just get started here. Show you some of these items. You can take it as it is, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, let's start with your basic techniques for out in the wilderness. Let's say you don't have any of this equipment at all. You might have a cup, you might have a sandwich bag with you. The first thing you're going to do is dig yourself a seep well. Not the 100%, but it's better than no water at all. Like they say, 3 days without water. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time on 1 day without water. So the idea of making it through 3 days without water or some kind of hydration, I just can't fathom the thought of the thing. So that being said, you can do a seep well. These things, they're okay. They're okay. You're better off to build yourself a water filter with some charcoal, some sand, some dirt, and see if you can get it to clear off that way. But that's no fun, is it? What is the fun without the equipment and without the tools? That's what I'm saying. So let's start with the basics. Nowadays, we all have our life straws or little portable filters. This is the same thing as a life straw, but the great thing about these ones is they can attach to things like this. So let's do that. Let's just do it. That's what I'm saying. All right. This is our dirty ass water from earlier. Take this bad boy, screw it on. By the way, these fit on any 1 liter pop bottle, 2 liter pop bottle, 600 ml. It's a regular thread, right? That's great, eh? So this is a technically a squeeze filter. This is my Nalgene canteen. It's an Oasis. It actually fits in all your military surplus pots and your cases, which is kind of great, right? So, there we go, guys. You know what? That's not going to work. That's too dark, isn't it? How are you going to see how this turns out? Let's go to this bad boy over here. This, again, is a little pre-filter bottle. I thought I'd bring it out today to show you. You just put some fluids in there and drink from it. You can trust that if you want, but I prefer a little more stability here. All right, guys, all you do. I don't know. How do you feel about that, guys? Does that feel safe to you? Should I do it? Tell you the truth, guys, I've had Giardia once, aka beaver fever, and I went through a year of absolute horror with my intestines because of it. But at least if it happens this time, I'll know what it was. The last time didn't get diagnosed. Long story short, I caught it from a fish tank, had it for a year, went into my outpatients. The doctor from there had worked in the clinics out west where people were commonly getting giardia from drinking dirty water or playing in rivers and fishing and stuff. And he knew exactly what it was. So after a year of all this stuff, one antibiotic later, I no longer had giardia. It's clear. Well, what color is it? Should I do it? Let's read this again, right? Look at this. It says 99% biological things. So maybe it's just died. I don't know if this is a good idea. Bottoms up. It tastes like clean drinking water. That's ridiculous. Little hint of straw. Little hint of something else in there. I think we're pushing our luck, are we not? Alright, let's just set that aside and deal with that all later. So yeah, a little bit of an aftertaste. I don't know. I'll rinse that down. Alright, let's move on, and if I make it through this without throwing up, we know it worked, right? So, some other techniques and things that you can use. Your first and most basic. Single wall stainless steel container. Your Nalgene wide mouth, and this is just couldn't tell you. But all you do, put that on fire, next to a fire, boil water, let it come to a rolling boil. Never use a double-walled one, guys. They can explode on you. These are pretty cheap, and really everyone should have a water bottle when they're doing any outdoor activities, so maybe stick with the single-wall stainless steel ones in case something goes down. To pair with that, I have a fish mouth hook. And what that does is clips in the top and allows you to hang it over a fire and gives you something to hold on to. So that's a pretty basic setup, right? Everybody should have one of those. These are neat little Molly compatible cases. You can get them in any color. My girlfriend picked this one up for me. I like it because I can put an exit stove in the front, some aqua tabs, which we're going to get into, and a filter. Can you guys see that? Those are pantyhose. Why would I have pantyhose in my water kits? To strain out all the big stuff. It's just the simplest, easiest technique. They don't take up any space whatsoever. Right? Pantyhose. They're perfect for setting over a container and pouring your water in, a pre-filter. Maybe I should have done that before I drank that. I don't know how that's going to go yet, guys. I'm sure we'll get back to you on that. Other techniques. Over here, I got a little twig stove set up for you. This is just to show you that you can boil water. You can boil salt water. I am in the Maritimes. We are surrounded by salt water. Maybe you're stranded on a desert island, but if you had a cook kit, it wouldn't be so bad anyway, right? What you do with that is you take your waterproof bag or your ruck liner, capture the steam on the way out by using your lid to direct it into it as such. To keep the bag clear away from the stove or something like that. And it will condensate inside there and drop to the bottom, and you'll have clean drinking water, and if you boil it off enough, you'll have a little salt for your meal. It's very odd that you can eat salt and you can drink water, but you can't drink salt water, right? So that's all I want to show you with that one. This is a GI canteen with the NBC lid. I want to show you how well these little mini straws, this is a mini well, pop into these bad boys. You can squeeze that. Not so bad, right? You're actually better off with the 2-quart canteen down here. It's more squeezable. And the same thing can happen with this. You can apply this into here and do the same thing. That's probably going to work better for you, but use your man hands, guys. You can squeeze that bad boy, it'll work out. Over here I have your basic GI setup. It's compatible for any belt. This is my stainless steel again. Stainless steel, guys. A lot of these will come with aluminum cup systems and stuff. You don't want that. You don't want constantly cooked aluminum. It's a poison, right? So stainless steel, little piece of tin foil to keep it in there, a little exhibit stove. These are all GI materials that you can boil up some water. It's a lot of fun, right? That's one of my favorites, honestly. Moving down the line here, we got two different types of squeeze bags. These are cheap, guys. They're really cheap. What's nice about most of them is you can take something like this, hook your water filter on there, hang it from your pack, and the other side will also screw in. So you put one here, and while you're wandering around, it can filter it for you. No squeezing, just let it slowly trickle in. That's why I got two of those, and I have two of these, but we used one of them for our experiment here. I'm going to tell you, it had a little hue of the bale of straw that was in it. Besides that, it didn't taste like anything, which is a good sign in all honesty. Color can be a little harder to get away from. Maybe we'll pass it through another one and see if it gets any better. I don't think so. This is for cleaning these particular types of straws. You do have to clean these. So obviously the water's flowing this way. To rinse it out, you would put this in this end and push it back through just to give it a good cleaning in there, because it is a carbon filter of sort. Thought I'd show you that. A lot of these kits come with that. You can go with your basic straw setup, put that in your puddle or your water source, draw from this end. That's pretty simple, right? Small little units. Another fun thing is here's a bucket kit. So this would hook onto here as such. You cut a hole out with your knife that fits around this. It has gaskets that hold it in there, tighten it in. One side goes in, one side goes out, and away you go. Keep it at a height like that. You have a little adapter here for your flow. That's a nice little setup. I have this one because I have a large family, and just doing personal straws and stuff is never going to work for any amount of time. So finding a bucket or a 4-liter milk jug or something like that's not going to be that hard to come by, right? They even work with large bags if you can find one tough enough to hold it. So that's the water filter straws. Down here, got your aqua tabs, guys. These don't take up any room. They don't weigh a thing. There's a reason these little pouches are here, and that's what they're for. The military supplied you with either your iodine kit or your aqua tabs, and that's the little pocket is meant for those. What's great about these is they're most of the time measured out for one of these quart canteens, right? Drop one of these in there, shake it around, leave it for an hour. Yeah, it's going to taste like you're drinking out of a swimming pool. They're chlorine. Let it sit long enough, you should be okay. It's better than no water, let's put it that way, okay? A little chlorine is not going to kill you. Something like that might. Maybe we should use one of those too. Moving on down the line here. I know we're talking about water, but hydration is important. These little tabs here are wonderful. I believe there is 12 in here. Yes, 12 of them. They're hydration tablets, many flavors to go by. I got the lemonade one here because I actually like lemonade. And I feel it covers up the taste of things really good. So during our summer months and stuff, you're going to be sweating and losing your salts. You can put as much water as you want into. You're not going to hydrate properly. You might actually cause your salts to drop really low, and you can pass out and get lightheaded and everything. So hydration salts, they store for quite some time. They're fairly inexpensive. You know, one of these is about $20, but that'll get you through a few days. Maybe you want to take one and drop it in your hydration carrier. This is a Molly hydration carrier. It's in the ACU that I dyed out into the coyote color, or the UCP, guys. Again, I think I showed you this before. This is great. It's its own backpack. And you just run the line over your shoulder, give her a little suck. This is 3 liters of water, so that's more than enough to hold just about anyone over. And I've mounted here a pouch on the front. It's just an ammo pouch. And as you can see, these and a water filter straw fit beautifully in one of these. And then you got your whole kit there, right? You can also inline your water straw. By cutting this line, stick it in between there. Pretty simple stuff, right? Another little fun setup I got going on here is we got our GI 2-core canteen with its utility strap. What I have here is a camelback hose on a lid that goes right on there, like such. And now you can carry that on your side and suck on this. This could be in your backpack. You can put it in a patrol pack, on the back of your webbing, on your load-bearing vest. And then you have 2 quarts of water right up front. Nice little setup, eh? I will tell you something. These threads here actually work with these threads too. For some reason, they were smart enough to make these canteens, these Nalgene Oasis canteens, thread one of these, which is amazing. Because really though, right? They could have made their own lid, they could have had their own thread pattern, but no, they want to work with us, guys. That doesn't happen very often, does it? So those are all some pretty hardcore basics, right? You gotta have your water. In the winter months, you gotta keep your water from freezing. So this here is a Canadian military thermos. The US ones are little circular ones with a little white lid. They come with Alice clips. This one fits beautifully into your Molly 2 canteen / utility pouch, which is quite nice, right? You get a great little cup. Not bad. Now, obviously, I don't carry water. This is for coffee, guys. This is a coffee container. But your water, you got to keep it from freezing. Think thermoses, guys. Your winter months, you can try to keep it next to your body all you want, but every time you take your stuff off to sweat out, you're chancing it. And you're going to need it because we use a lot of water in the winter months. So I think I've pretty much gone over everything here on the table. And we talked briefly about some different environmental ones that you can do with nothing. Please take your time, look into this kind of stuff. I know it's a boring subject. It's just water. It's very important. You could get sick from water. I might get sick from water. We're hoping not. I need some high quality H2O. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.